Hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here. We'll get started. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, and letting the body do whatever it wants to do. So if you need inspiration, I'm going to do some shoulder rolls, inhaling forward and up, exhaling back and down. A couple more. Okay, let's widen the feet. Keep the arms really loose, spaghetti arms, and we'll just swing side to side. Few more, turning from the waist. Okay, slowly come back to center. Let's bring the feet together. We'll lift the arms up and interlace except for the index, so making this shape. And we'll do some side bends. So we'll inhale here, center. And exhale, tilt over to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the other side. Let's just do a few at our own pace. Okay, come back to center, release the arms, give ourselves a little shake. And we'll go into our hip circles. So we widen the feet, warm up the hands. Warm up the low back and kidneys. Slide the hands up over the kidneys. Knees are bent. Circle those hips. Change direction. Okay, come back to center. So now, similar concept. We're going to move with the hips. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, like a short warrior one, but your back foot can be more angled forward. Our hands face the earth, and we'll circle using the hips. So we're making these circles with the hips, so the hands aren't really moving. So we can inhale as we circle back, bending our back knee. Exhale as we circle forward, bending the front knee. So we're working with our kidney meridian. Starts the sole of the foot, in between the big ball mound and little ball mounds. Goes around the ankle, up the inner leg, through the groin, through the kidneys, and ends just underneath the collarbones. So if you like, we can imagine a beautiful dark purple or dark blue. As we inhale back, we can invite the feeling of wisdom. And as we exhale forward, we can release any feelings of fear. Relax the shoulders. We'll just do a few more in this direction. The element associated with the kidneys in winter is water. It's the same element of the second chakra, so in the pelvis region. So just think of that beautiful water just circulating so easily. A few more. Okay, let's step forward and we'll just change legs. Step the other leg back. So get comfortable. So we inhale as we circle back. Exhale as we circle forward. Inhaling back. Exhaling forward. But as always, you breathe in a way that's comfortable for you. So let's get into that water feeling. Maybe visualize a dark blue or a dark purple. And if you like, as we inhale back, we can imagine pulling energy up through the soles of the feet, refreshing the kidneys, and at the same time inviting a feeling of wisdom. And as we exhale forward, we can just let go anything that's stagnant, old, and especially anything around fear. So let's just relax into it. Relax those shoulders, even the hands. Of course, they're a little engaged, but in a gentle way. A few more. Okay, we'll come out of it, step forward, and we'll just take a little moment. The hands on the lower dancing, hands on the low belly. Imagine an upward pull through the crown. Relax into it. Lift up the toes, spread the toes, and grab the earth. We'll do that twice more with the toes, and then we'll just take a moment here. Lift the toes, spread, grab. One more, and we'll keep the grab. Lift, spread, grab. Let's take a little moment. We can bring some awareness into that kidney 1 point. So pretty much between the big ball mound and the little ball mound. It translates to bubbling spring. And this is a point where from which we can receive energy and release energy. So letting go and letting in, a few more breaths. Okay, let's get ready for pyramid pose. So we'll work with the bladder meridian, also associated with winter. It starts at the inner eye, it goes up the forehead, down the back of the skull, well, over the whole skull, down the back, either side of the spinal column, down the backs of the legs, and it ends in the little toe. So if you have blocks, grab your blocks. But if you don't have blocks, don't worry because you can just use the support of your own leg. So if you do have blocks, just put them either side. And again, if you don't even worry about it. You can do this without blocks. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. And again, the feet are a little bit wide, so the hips are pointing forward. Hands on the hips will inhale, open up through the chest. So think of that kidney meridian ending right here under the collarbone. Open up, spread the collarbones. Take a breath or two. Okay, nice inhale. And then we'll start to tilt ourselves from the hips. And you find a point that feels good for today. So maybe above parallel or at parallel. If you get to parallel, you can maybe use the blocks if you have them, or you can just put your hands on your leg. And if you're very comfortable here, you can inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, and exhale, keep folding the belly to the thigh. So just see what works for you. Make sure it's comfortable enough because this is a longer hold. And let's breathe with the back. This position is also really good for calming the mind. The bladder meridian is closely associated with the nervous system. A few more. Okay, if you're below parallel, come up to parallel. If you're above parallel, that works too, no problem. So if you don't have a block, take your inside hand, the hand that's inside your leg, place it on the leg. Take your outside hand, bring it to the hip. If you do have a block, you can have the hand on the block either inside the foot or outside the foot. So we're adding a rotation. So we turn the chest, do our best to stack the shoulders, and then if you're very comfortable, you could lift overhead or even over the ear. Okay, unwind yourself. If you have the block, put it aside. Before the other side, let's just step the feet next to one another, soften the knees, and relax into a forward bend. Maybe sigh a few times. Okay, so just like we did before, let's lift up the toes, spread them, grab the earth. Now bring the hands somewhere to the legs, the shins or the thighs. Inhale to a flat back. Pull the crown forward. Exhale, fold. Let's do that a few times. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling as we fold. Do a few more with your breath. Okay, press into those feet. Next inhale, come all the way up. You can use the arms if you like. Exhale, release. Other side, pyramid pose. So we step the other foot back. So we have some width between the feet. So feel the soles of the feet connecting with the earth. Hands to hips. Open up the chest, widening the collarbones. Nice inhale. And with the exhale, start to tilt from those hips. And once you get to a flat back, you can either bring the hands to the blocks or the hands to the leg. It depends where you are. You might also be above parallel. You could be here and keep your hands on the hips. So find what feels good for today and make sure it feels good enough because we are here for a few breaths. The front hip draws back hip draws forward. Let's breathe with the backs of the lungs. A few more. Okay, if you're below parallel, come up to parallel. If you're above parallel, stay where you are. Inner hand either comes to the leg or to the block, inside or outside the foot. The outer hand comes to the hip. So we rotate, turn the chest, do our best to stack shoulder over shoulder. And then if it feels okay, we lift up through the arm, either to the sky or over the ear. So about 5 breaths. Okay, come out of it. And again, we'll just step into a forward bend and just take a little moment, letting the head hang. Okay, if you have the blocks, put the blocks flat on the mat. If you don't have blocks but want to do this next thing, we're going to do child's pose with the hands on blocks. You could just grab a couple of thick blankets, or if you have like a firm cushion or firm stack of cushions. Also, you can do this without anything, just keeping your elbows lifted. Okay, so I'll stop talking so much. Let's step back into a downward dog, if that's okay. If you're not feeling the down dog, you can just step back to all fours. And just 2 or 3 breaths, all fours or down dog. Okay, if you're in down dog, bring the knees down, flatten the feet, come back to a child's pose. So if you normally use something under your head for child's pose, still do that. We still want to do all that stuff. Hands elevated, head resting. Now, if you don't have the blocks, no problem. You can still have your elbow up. So instead of doing a super relaxed child's pose with the elbow down like this, we have the elbow up and it's a little bit more engaged. So we can open up the chest and shoulders. So shift the weight back, breathe into the belly, push the breath into the low back and the kidneys, and we'll take at least 5. Okay, with an inhale, lift the head. Let's shift the weight forward. Exhale, shift the weight back. And we'll do that a few times. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And let your body express itself however it wants. So you might like to roll the spine forward, arch back, or maybe the other way, maybe arching forward, rolling back. Just play around in whatever way feels good. We'll do a few more. As always, you can move fast, slow, whatever way you like. Okay, the next time we come to child's pose, let's rest again. If it's not comfortable with the elbows lifted, of course, go ahead and relax the arms. Okay, when you're ready, come back. Bring the knees in if they separated. So same concept, but we'll circle. So it's inhale, circle forward. Exhale, circle back. Just a few. Change direction. Okay, back for one more child's pose. You can have the knees together or apart, whichever you prefer. Elbows up or down. Press the weight back, breathe into the belly. Okay, when you're ready, come out of it. Blocks aside. We'll get ready for our seated twist. But before we go into it, just sit any way that's comfortable. Let's release those wrists. So we'll interlace and then just do like a figure eight. Okay, change the way the hands are interlaced. So the other thumb on top, probably be awkward. It is for me. And then just go back into that figure eight. Okay, let's take it into our twist. So you could have the bottom leg extended in front or tucked in. I'm going to tuck in the top leg on the inside or on the outside. So see which is more comfortable for today. Even if you normally do one version, just give them both a try. Interlace around the knee, proud open chest. You can think of that last kidney point on the kidney meridian right underneath the tips of the collarbones. We can even give it a little massage. Okay, interlace around the knee, about 3 more long deep breaths. And we'll take it into the twist. So twisting towards the bent leg, back hand comes behind, and we breathe. Okay, come back to center. Now, before the other side, remember which leg is where. Before the other side, let's extend out to the sides. Keep the knees bent. Sit as tall on the sit bones as we can. Pull the toes towards us in just 3 breaths. Long spine. Okay, set up for the twist on the other side. So the bottom leg bent or long, the top leg inside or outside. And before we interlace around the knee, again, let's just massage underneath the tips of the collarbones. Kidney 27. Massage in that feeling of wisdom. And massage out any feelings of fear. Okay, when you're ready, interlace around the knee. Long, deep breath. Take it into the twist, twisting towards the bent leg. Okay, come back to center, release the legs. We'll have the feet open about the distance of the short edge of the mat. The hands can come behind and we'll just toss side to side. Okay, so we'll make our way onto the back. So if you have any extra clothing you want to put on, go for it. And if you have any props or stuff you like for relaxation, take that as well. And one more thing, if you have something that you can use as a strap, grab it. So it could be a scarf, a belt, a tie, a towel, pretty much anything. If you don't have anything around, don't worry about it. We can just use our hands. So this is just an extra. Okay, come on down to the back. Knees to chest. Let's start with some double knee tucks. So hands on the knees, we'll inhale away from us. Exhale into the chest. We'll just do a few of these. Inhaling away. Exhaling into the chest. All right, feet to the floor. We'll do pelvic tilts. So let's slide the hands underneath the low back. So as we inhale, we'll tilt the pelvis towards the thighs so we make more space for our hands. As we exhale, let's tilt the pelvis towards the head and press the low back into the hands into the floor. So we inhale forward, make more space. Exhale towards the head, press, press, press. So do a few. Okay, now if this movement is comfortable enough, take the hands away and do a few without the hands. So still inhaling forward, making more space behind the back. Exhaling towards the head, pressing the back into the floor. Okay, so now maybe we'll add a pelvic lift. So if that isn't working for you today, you just continue with these pelvic tilts. If you want to do the lift, bring the feet a little closer to the body. We inhale in the same way, make space behind the back. We exhale, press into the feet, press the shoulders down, and lift those hips. So we inhale down, we can create that space. We exhale up, lift, 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 lift. So go with your breath, inhaling down, exhaling out. And of course, if that breathing pattern doesn't work for you, you breathe in whatever way does work for you. Okay, next time we come down, just rest for a moment. All right, so we can add to the movement to really make it something for the kidneys. So this entire move we're about to do is to refresh the kidneys. But if that doesn't work in your body for today, you continue either just with the pelvic tilts or with the pelvic lifts. Okay, so we start the same way, but the arms are up towards the sky. We inhale, make the space behind the back. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. And now we exhale, bring the knees to the shoulders and the arms between the legs. And if it's okay in your body, lift the head and squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then when you're ready, the feet come down. We inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, knees to the shoulders, arms between the legs, squeeze. So I'll guide a couple more, and then we'll just go with our own breath. In, out, lift. In, lower. Out, knees to chest, squeeze. Press those kidneys into the floor. In, feet on the floor. Out, lift. In, lower. Out, knees to chest, squeeze. Okay, I'll guide one more. In, out, lift. In, lower. Out, squeeze. Now let's do a few at our own pace. And if you want to take an extra breath anywhere, please feel free. One more. Ooh, okay, once you come out of it, relax. Let's do some twists. So knees to chest and just toss side to side. Maybe let the head go opposite direction. Give ourselves a little pat on the back for whatever we did. Okay, back to center. Feet on the floor. Single knee tucks. So we inhale, the feet on the floor. Exhale, knee to chest. Pull it in. Use the hands. Inhale, foot down. Exhale, other knee to chest. Squeeze. Squat the breath. Okay, next time we have a knee to chest. Let's keep it there. A couple breaths. Okay, now we'll extend the leg. So if you have something to use as a strap, go ahead and put it around the foot. And if you don't have anything to use as a strap, no problem, just extend the leg. So see where the leg can be comfortably straight, and we can still have a little space underneath the back. So we're not totally the back flat on the floor. It doesn't have to be a huge space, but a little space. We're looking for our neutral spine. Okay, arms are relaxed. So hopefully your strap is long enough that you can rest the elbows on the ground. And if not, that's okay for today. Don't worry about it. Let's push up through the heel, down through an imaginary back pocket. If we're wearing a pair of jeans, we're pushing into that back pocket. And then press the thigh bone forward through that hamstring. So 3 directions and a few breaths. Two more. Now let's add an internal rotation. So turn the toes towards the opposite shoulder. So same thing, we keep pushing up through the heel, down through the back pocket, forward through the hamstring. We keep our internal rotation, and then only if it works for today, we can invite the leg a little closer to the body. But we want to try to keep that space behind the low back. So if the low back collapses into the floor, just back up a little bit. This movement is really good for the pelvis and the low back. Two more. Okay, release the strap. And before we switch sides, just do a little circle. The leg can be bent or it can be straight. Okay, foot back to the floor. Let's start again with a single knee tucks. We inhale, exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, foot down. Exhale, knee to chest. Okay, next time we have the other knee to chest, we keep it there. Take a few breaths. Grab the strap if you have one. And if not, you just have your hands alongside the leg. So we find a position where the leg can be comfortably straight and where we have a little space behind the low back. Okay, once you find that spot, press up through the heel, down through the back pocket, and forward through the hamstring. We'll start here with a few breaths. Okay, so we rotate the leg. So point the toes towards the opposite shoulder. We keep pushing up through the heel, down through the back pocket, forward through the hamstring. And then only if it works in our bodies and on this side, we can invite the leg a little closer to the torso. But make sure to keep that space behind the low back. And let's breathe. Okay, come out of it. Bring knees to chest and just rock side to side, letting the low back push into the earth. Back to center. We'll just sneak in two more things before relaxation. Hold on to the elbows above the shoulders. Inhale here, exhale to one side. Inhale center, exhale to the other side. Relaxed movement. You can go fast or slow, whatever your body wants. Okay, back to center. Exhale towards the head. And we'll do a few of these. Okay, back to center. Change the cross of the arms. So whatever arm is in front, put it in the back, and then side to side again. So inhale, center, exhale to one side, inhale, center, exhale to the other side. Oh yeah, let the head and the neck be super relaxed. If the head wants to follow the movement, let it. Okay, back to center. Exhale towards the head. Do a few. Okay, let's release. Sneak in one last set of twists. And of course, if there's anything else your body wants to do before relaxation, go ahead and do it. Okay, let's set ourselves up for relaxation. So whatever position you like, whatever feels good. If you're comfortable with the legs extended, go right ahead. If the back is a little sensitive, maybe open up the feet the distance of the mat, lean the knees one into the other. Make sure you're warm and cozy. Chin gently tucked in. And of course, the most important adjustment is giving ourselves permission to relax. Let's let ourselves let everything. Let's gently start to wake the body mind. And inviting movement once it feels good. Giving ourselves a full body stretch. And once nice and stretched, needs to just rock side to side. All the way to one side. Rest the head on the arm. Take a breath or two. And when you're ready with the strength of the arms, make your way to a comfortable seated position. Sitting any way you like, any way that feels good. And we'll just take a little moment with ourselves, maybe a hand on the heart, hand on the belly. Giving ourselves whatever we may need. Maybe a little extra love, kindness, compassion, forgiveness, reassurance, encouragement. Whatever you could use a little more of, give it to yourself. Confidence, commitment, strength. And when you're ready, we'll close with a bow, acknowledging, honoring the light, love, and wisdom within ourselves, within each other, and within. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you've had a good practice. As always, feel free to let me know, leave a comment, whatever, and have an amazing weekend. So I'll see you in February, I guess, on Tuesday right here on YouTube. So until then, take care and thank you again. Bye.